Welcome back to the Sandbox Tycoon series. In the last video, we got the setup of the kind of general way that we're going to be doing stuff. So, in this video, we're going to be getting the basic idea for the placement, we're going to be setting up the placement system using my module. So, if you don't know how to use my module, or, if you don't know how to set the settings, or you don't know what all of the settings mean or anything like that, go watch the video on my placement module. I have it linked in the cards, so you can go and watch that. And yeah. Anyway, one last thing. This is a bit of a self-promotion thing. It's about my Discord server. So I actually run a Discord server, if you didn't know already. It's filled with tons of different things. We have scripting help channels. Actually, they're development help channels now. We have, tutorial suggestion, community channels. We have some voice channels. A bunch of different things. Everything that a server needs. So there's announcement channels. There's lots of things. You can share your projects with other people, interact with me, get help on stuff, submit ideas for Discord and tutorials. Yeah, it's the best way to get in contact with me and interact with all the rest of the people that watch my videos. So the server is kind of small, so we're trying to grow it. It would be huge. It would be greatly appreciated if you join the server, so link will be in the description to that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get in the video. Hopefully I'll see you in the server, but let's move on. First off, we're going to need to actually get a UI object. So we're going to call this build UI, just a simple 2D text button. So I'm going to call this place. I'm going to use my offset to scale plugin to convert it to scale. So that means that even if you're on an iPhone 4S, you can still have it be the same size. So it makes it relative to the screen, rather than just how many pixels it is or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put in the text as, place obj. Okay. And I'm actually just going to put a local script outside of, or just in the build UI, and I'm going to call this client placement. Okay. So client placement, we're going to get rid of that. And make sure you have the module. If you don't have the module, make sure you go get that. Make sure you have the latest version. So just go unless you just got the module in your game now, make sure you go unless it was like a day ago, even if it was, I would get try and see if there's a new version, because if there is, you probably need to update it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to get the player server. So we can say local players equals, and then get service, and then we can obviously say players, if I can type today. Wow. Then we're also going to need caps lock. Then we're also going to need the replicated storage service. So game get service replicated storage. Now we're going to get the module. So we're going to say, we're going to actually get the modules folder. So local modules equals replicated storage, and then we're going to say wait for child modules, and then we're going to get the module. So say local placement module equals modules, and then we can say wait for child, because the game will break if you don't use wait for child and the model hasn't loaded in, or the module. And then you can honestly just go in here, go in modules, copy the name here, and paste it in. Make sure you use the require function to actually return what the model or what the module contains. Okay, so next we're going to get the button. So we're going to say local button equals script, dot parent, today I can't type, dot place. Okay, that's just what I call it. You can call it whatever you want. I expect higher quality UI from a fully functional game, so you're going to want to work a little bit more on the, whatever you call it, UI and content in your game than I am in this series, but that is not the point of this tutorial. So yeah. Okay, so then we can just say button dot mouse button one click connect, obviously, to a function. And then we're actually going to create just a function real quick. We're going to call this place. Or actually, we're going to call this place. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Anyway, we're going to input the obj name. And we're going to also input stk. Actually, we'll just do stack. And rot. So don't worry about what these are. Anyway, we're just going to call place right now. And we are actually going to need to know a couple more things. I forgot that we don't have the plot system ready yet. Like I said, in the next tutorial, we're going to be getting that. So we actually are also going to need to get a couple more things. So local plot equals workspace, and let's just pick a random plot. So workspace.plots dot, and then plot1, I guess, dot, yeah, we're just going to say that. And then we're going to say local plot obj for the actual plot itself. So plot.plot for this thing. Then we're going to say local item holder equals plot.item holder. So there we go. So yeah, item holder, there we go. We're not going to do anything with the owner thing just yet, but yeah. All right, so in place, we are just going to give it the model that we have. So it's just going to be the name right here. So we're going to say part. Then we're going to say, do we want it to be stackable? We'll say true. And we'll say false for ROT. So stack, this is going to be if it's stackable or not. And this is going to be if it has smart rotation. Again, if you don't know what that is, go watch the other video. So now we can actually create, we're going to need to do something else. So local, we'll just call it placement equals placement module dot new. So we actually need to set up the module. So we give it the grid size. We will give it, I'm pretty sure we need to give it the whatever you call it, models folder. So where they are located. Local models equals, again, replicated storage, wait for child, models. So make sure you get that. So we'll input that. Whoops. No, not modules. Models. And then we give it our keybinds. Okay, so we can say enum.keycode.r. enum.keycode.x. enum.keycode.u, I guess I'll do. enum.keycode dot, I don't know, J, that works. Okay, so that should be it. Now in here, we're going to call a function on the placement variable, and this is going to be called activate. We've probably used this one before. So the first thing that we need to do is we actually need to give it the obj name. Okay, so then we give it the item holder. Then we're going to give it the actual plot. So this will be plot obj. And then we're going to give it the stackable and then the ROT parameter. And this should actually supposedly work. So I'm actually just going to hit play. And we are going to just make sure that everything works. So here we go. Seems to be working. We can't place it down yet, but we can start placement. As you can see, it's working, snapping to grid. It's doing all that. So anyway, now we need to work on whatever you call it, server placement. So in server script service, we're going to create a script, and we're going to call this server placement. Server placement. Get rid of hello world. And if you go to the modules thing and you open up the placement module, you can see in extras, we have a script here. So we will actually just copy all the server code. So just like this. and we'll paste it into server placement. Okay, so in server placement, all that we have to do is a few things. So we need to actually create a couple of signals. So in remotes, we need to pass a remote function in here. And we will just call this, I don't know, we'll just call it request placement. That's kind of what we call it. So anyway, now we need to get rid of all this. And replicated storage dot signals dot remotes dot functions dot request placement. And that's pretty much all you have to do for right now. So back in client placement, we actually need to call that function. So we're also going to need the reason why we got players is so then we can get the player itself as well as the mouse. So local player equals game, actually no, players dot local player, local mouse equals player, and then get mouse. So this just returns the actual player's mouse. So then we can say mouse dot button one down, connect to function, and then what we are going to do is call another function on the placement variable called request placement. And all you have to pass into this is actually the remote event. So of course we're going to need another variable for that. So local, we'll just say, okay, whatever. We'll do signals equals replicated storage, wait for child, and then signals. We are going to be doing it for all of them. Local, and then remotes equals signals, wait for child, and then remotes. Local functions equals remotes, wait for child, and then functions. And finally, local function ref equals functions, whoops, wait for child, whoops, wait for child, request placement. Perfect. So now all we need to pass in is the function re. Did I spell something incorrectly? Okay. Oh, RF, because it's a remote function, not remote event. Okay, so now we should be able to place down the object onto the plot. All right, so here we are. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, we can now place down the model right on top of the model. So there we go. So we can stack them. Perfect. And currently this isn't going to save, obviously, so yeah. But anyway, I think that was it for this tutorial. If you need any help, again, join the Discord server. I'm not responding to comments too much. So anyway, that was the tutorial. In the next video, we're going to be getting the plot system, and then we're going to basically make it so that each time that you join the game, you'll probably get a different plot. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video, and yeah, join the Discord server, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.